Irishman and a Scottishman walk into a bar. Englishman turns up, says, "What a couple of numpties," and then he walks under the bar. So, in case you haven't guessed, this is about against the Paddy of Pokes himself, AAmazing, and because I haven't actually got a battle against him on my page, we thought that was like a criminal offence and decided to have a battle. And here it is, it's a standard battle, which I don't think we've ever done, actually, because we're like too cool for OU. But yeah, we're going to do it anyway, and I led with Honchko, he led with Fortress. Predicts the heat wave nicely, but then I get a superpower off, and he paralyzes me, which is not that great because now he can soft boiled up, and a superpower won't kill him. I'll just go for the pursuit in case he switches out, fearing quick attack or something abnormal, because I am abnormal. So I go into Cell RB because all these names are British, and they should be pronounced British, like Porygon Z. So I go for a Swords Dance, and I'm really wanting to baton pass off to my Hitmonlee, because that is the point of this team, to pass Swords Dance to Hitmonlee, because if you watch Ember's videos you will see how much a Swords Dance Hitmonlee opponents faces. So he goes back into his Fortress, and after the Swords Dance, this Earthquake does a lot of damage to something as bulky as a Fortress. He has quite a cool combo of walls actually, the Fortress and the Clefable. It's sort of like Skarnbliss, but a million times cooler, while still performing the same thing. So he Destiny Bonds my Heatran because I haven't got anything to hit that Gengar with my Hitmonlee, apart from a Sucker Punch, which I'm not going to reveal yet because I want to lure him into a false sense of security before I unleash the power of a Sucker Punch. So his Clefable's back in, and this thing's really getting on my tits now. And this Azumarill is supposed to be banded, but I left lefties on it because silly. But it turns out to be like a little sort of a plus later on, I guess, because I can switch moves obviously. But at the moment it's not a great thing because that Aqua Jet does nothing to the Clefable. So he thunderwaves my Cell RB, which is crap, but then again I have Potential Cure, and I go for a Recover here just to get that tiny bit of health back, but I get Parahaxed, and I'm thinking he probably will over-predict me going into Heatran, so he won't Sludge Bomb or Shadow Ball, but he does go for the Sludge Bomb, and I just tried to recover again, and I get paralysed again. So Celebi is pretty much just death fodder now. I'm not going to be passing off any Swords Dance boosts to anything because of the Parahax and low HP. So we double switch and he gets the better thing because my Heatran's not scarfed or anything, it's especially bulky. And now I just death fodder the Celebi and go into my Azumarill, or Azumarill. He goes into Fortress as I go for the superpower, expecting the Clefable to come in and take some serious beating from superpower, but the Fortress takes it and gets a crit, which is good because that's one beefy thing out of the way. Now goes into Metagross and I go out to my Zapdos because actually I am scarfed and I outspeed the Metagross after the agility. On the bad side I miss a Heat Wave, which is what, 90% accuracy or something. So he gets a Freeze and headbutt off, and then I end up Heat Waving the Clefable, which is not good because the Clefable is going to take that like a monster. So now I've got to go out to something, and I figure it might as well be Hitmonlee just in case it wants to T-Wave, because a lot of my team is getting T-Wave now, and this thing has a Limber, so T-Wave would not affect it. Goes into Gengar, and yeah, I close combat just in case he stayed in with the Clefable. Now I use Sucker Punch to take out the Gengar, having lured him into that false sense of security that I didn't have it, but I had something weird like Rapid Spin. So he goes into the Clefable and I predicted that and go into Azumarill and just go for a with a double edge, because he hasn't got a ghost and he hasn't got a steal anymore. So Double Edge is going to do a butt ton of damage to whatever comes in. He just leaves the Clefable in, which is good for me. It was about here I actually noticed that I wasn't banded, and I had left these, so yeah, not too good. I predict the Zen Headbutt and bring in my Honchkrow, figuring that he'll hit me down with an Ice Punch or Mash or something to 1 HP, Sash, and then I can get a Heat Wave off just for some damage. I go for a Sucker Punch, but he agilities up because he's too smart for that, and he's realised that I have a ton of priority revenge killy stuff. But now I go for a Sucker Punch after getting a Power Hacks on my Heat Wave because I thought he would agility up in, which he did, so that worked out pretty well. In case you wanted to set up something obscure like a nasty plot here, I just went straight for a Superpower rather than go for a Sucker Punch and give him a pre-setup. And now I can just go into Azumarill and take him out with a crit, because Azumarill is a crit machine today. And that is all good in Azumarill's hood, which I may borrow a quote from a certain battler. Anyway, he brings in a Porygon Z, and it takes quite a massive chunk from Aquajet, considering I don't have my band. He Thunderbolts me, and I'm guessing it's Scarf. Yeah, it's probably Scarf, because he doesn't really have any revenge killers apart from this. Well, I guess there's Gengar, but that wasn't Scarf. Or was it? But my Scarf Zapdos comes in and takes out, and that is a good game, and I still had a specially bulky Heat Train lift for that Porygon. So yeah, thanks for watching.